Hey there, and thanks for stopping by. Well, let me start with MSTR. I escaped it basically with a push. On Monday, I bought $1,000 worth of MSTR, and then this morning at opening, I went ahead and sold it. At the end of the day, I made $1.71, but you can see the average cost on Monday, $2.46, versus selling here on the right at $2.47 and some change. So I was hoping to make at least $100, but just didn't pan out. My bet did not pay off, but at least I didn't lose. And if you've been following my progress, you know that last week I liquidated my Misty position and my Coney position. I cashed all that out. I was able to come off $11,200 of margin. When I did cash that out, I had $5,000 of surplus. I was going into safe mode because I wanted to protect my capital. And what I did with that $5,000, I withdrew $4,900 of it, and I paid off the balance of a $4,700 loan that I still owed on a $6,500 loan that jump-started this little portfolio I have. So I immediately paid off that $4,700, and then I immediately applied for a line of credit for $15,000, which I got, and it's already funded. And now I put back that original $4,900 into the Fidelity account. All right, so where do I stand now with my portfolio? On the left is 2 days ago. Look at the Roundhill funds, the QDTE and the XDTE. You can see the share count of 192 and 91 shares respectively, and the Yield Max fund, YMAG, 106 shares. Well, today, was the ex-dividend for those three funds. And not only was it ex-dividend, but it was a blood red day. So with that $4,900 I had just put in, I went shopping with it. And basically throughout the day, I bought $2,000 more of QDTE and $2,000 more of XDTE and about $500 of YMAG. And then I went back into margin just a little bit and I bought 100 shares of NVDY. And again, this is the total gain or loss for today, an ex-dividend day and a blood red day for the QDX and then the Yield Max fund of YMAG. And you can see my Q is down $200 today, but we'll go over the positions. First, I just want to update you on this. This is the current dollar value of each position. You can see QDTE is by far and away now my biggest position as far as money is concerned. And this is the total gain or loss since I've opened each position. And this is the first time in the 12 or 13 weeks now since I've held the QDTE and the XDTE that they've been in the red. But again, they were so blood red today, and I had that fresh capital. I bought the $2,000 more of each, and I got pretty close to buying at the bottom, not all the way at the bottom, but pretty close. So I'm happy with those purchases as well as the YMAG. I got that close to the bottom. So I'm excited to see when the market goes back up, and I hope eventually it does. And this is the same screenshot, just in percentages. Now you can see I'm down a little bit percentage-wise in each position, and I'm not worried about that right now. And here's a look at each position now. Now, NVIDIA I just opened up today. I wanted a higher yield monthly paying position. This happens to be in Group B. But you can see I purchased 100 shares exactly at $24.90. And you can see NVIDIA finished up the day at $24.86. So I bought right at the bottom. I believe declaration or ex-dividend is November 9th or 10th. So, we have tomorrow and maybe next week to see if I can bring that up, and hopefully you can go up at least $1 by then before they do their next payout and kind of go from there. My thinking on NVIDIA is I wanted to get this under $2,500, and it just happened to be today, so I pulled the trigger and paid about $2,500. Again, here's the QDTE. I went from about 192 shares to 240 shares. You can see it was down $1, brought my average cost down now a little bit to $41.96, and you can see my total gain and loss is $143. XDTE down a lot, 86 cents. Again, I bought $2,000 worth of it, I brought my average cost down a little bit because I already had a little bit, I bought a little bit low in September. But anyway, I'm at 51.60 now with 130 shares. And then YMAG going on its third week picked up about 21 more shares. Again, not quite at the bottom. You can see down here 1873. I purchased those 21 shares for, finished at 1859, but I'm still happy that I got under my average cost right there. All right, I'm going back to this screenshot. The current value of each position, the dollar value, if you add these all up, you're going to get $21,499. And this net debit up here, this 1997, that's how much margin I'm using. So just about $2,000 of margin. And so if I were to liquidate all my positions, Fidelity would get their $2,000 back, and I'd be left with $19,501. And you can see right here, my round tail funds and then the YMAC funds, it was blood red for those guys, down $351, which included them being ex-dividend. And in hindsight, I'm proud of myself. I liquidated and took all the profit I had in Misty, which really, truly helped me pay off that $6,500 personal loan that I took out in early June. And also in hindsight, I'm glad I got rid of all my Coney because I had like 700 shares because I saw it wasn't doing so well today, especially on this day, which allowed me to get all that margin. Anyway, here it is. I'm kind of still in safe mode. I'm just in $2,000 of margin. And once that $4,900 deposit that I pushed over today, once it settles in Fidelity, it'll increase my buying power, I think, to about $17,000. You know, they let you buy all the securities you want, but it still has to, you can't sell anything or you can't withdraw it until it settles. So usually about a week for those guys. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video.